Good morning. Nirvana, as we said last week about samsara, today is nirvana, the stop of samsara, the split second of giving up the personal existence. It's an absolute gift that one gives to oneself. And one has to be vigilant to cherish that stop. Now, freedom is when there is no differences. No differences between samsara and nirvana, even though one will never take the risk not to have moments of nirvana, of stops. It's the freedom of duality, samsara, nirvana. So the freedom to not of one side only, which is samsara. Freedom of both means the differences cannot be made. I don't need to explain, some say because there is no body and no mind. You have to come to the mind to say such, but why not? And that's possible when one doesn't jump from no state to state. For some reason, just there is no jump anywhere. And everything happens, rise, fall, disappear, dance, into what gives you peace. Anything rising in you, welcome to tell. Sleepy or nirvanic? Or free? Yeah.
For me, I would say that nirvana is part of samsara.
That's what I said just now.
But I would not say samsara is part of nirvana.
No, it's an aspect. What did you say first? That nirvana is part of samsara? Yeah, it's if you call samsara the whole manifestation.
I would say the light.
Yes. Listen, it's a question of vocabulary now, Okay. Yeah, because generally when we say samsara, we say it's a bit negative. It's like you only think of it when you are agitated, disturbed, and painful, isn't it? So I meant here that this part, this aspect, the samsara, if you have a slightest touch of peace, because you stopped for a split second at once, it happened one day, and you found peace, I would call that stop nirvana. But it's still, of course, not when you have the stop, but often you absolutely, samsara comes back afterwards. You may not be disturbed for a while because you still have the flavor of nirvana. But as we know, at some point we feel again identified, and that's why there is a search to go back to that stop, which is the most precious gift in this manifestation. No doubt about that. Now, what is indicated by freedom is none other than nirvana, I would say, and yet it's totally different because at some point, for some reason, which I explain, there is no difference. There is absolutely no difference, and that's why there is a real peace. There is a difference if you describe, oh, I am agitated today. So it means I'm not in the stop. But after agitation, since you have known, since you have been blessed, I would say, to abide in something else, even if it is for a split second, I don't insist on the time. Where I was. Well, for some unknown reason, at some point, you don't jump. There is nothing to jump, and that makes the no difference, you see. It is what is indicated in satsang. You heard it millions of times, but maybe it will be more clear. It doesn't belong to anybody. So when there is samsara, it is someone. When there is nirvana, in the moment of nirvana, there is no one, and yet there must be someone still. And so at some point, that difference goes. Nobody knows, of course, how. I would say that the best wisdom is to cherish, to give oneself, whenever you are aware of it, to cherish that moment of nothing. So, I don't know. The answer is...
I can see in me there's a little dislike for samsara.
Dislikes. Yeah, somebody dislikes.
And that's the same one that also likes me wrong.
Then don't go to the thought there is an identification, so there will be one difference. If you don't grasp that thought of identification, what happens?
Not much.
What's coming for me as a question?
A little louder for everybody.
More loud.
Yeah.
So, what happens if, because of circumstances,
Yeah.
it can be a place or a people, your mind got agitated or like
Yeah.
kind of and I see it, and then there are stops.
Yeah.
But this loops is more bigger because of the circumstances, and actually I don't see any difference. I mean, for me the stops and being this agitated state, it disappeared. I mean, I don't make any more this is better or something. But the question is, do I should even with that to stay in that circumstances or with that person because of love or I mean, it's a choice. There is always
It
a
is
choice
your choice.
in the life.
It's your choice.
But of course, I why not to be somewhere or where you don't have this trigger of or challenge or I don't know if my question is clear, but
It is quite clear.
or sensitivity or
You see we make loops. So it's about your preference to make a small loop or a big loop, with always the risk never to come back to where there is no wavering. As you like, I cannot. It's your choice.
But the thing is, before was for me a suffering that when I was wavering or not wavering, but I can see the difference that it's not. There's a suffering, but there is no suffering. So it's, I don't know how to say it in a way, and it's
Maybe
like it's happening. Like,
Maybe you are like that master who carried the beautiful young girl on his back to make her help to cross the river, and whatever feelings he had when she was on his back.
yeah.
But when he put her on the ground on the other side, he didn't have a thought of her 2 seconds later.
Yes, actually, no.
If you leave the circumstances like this, lucky you are. But I wonder from where this question comes from.
That's why there is a question. It's about maybe the choice or like how you.
So there is still a question,
Yeah.
you see. So
Why to
so
do
don't
something.
go,
Yeah.
don't try to get an answer from where the question is put. Just remain before the question arises again and again. You know, you can see that for yourself. Once you have a dip, let's say, in oneself, a knowledge comes, a knowledge rises, and in the end, you rely on your knowledge. Means what? You rely on something which happened to you, you have known it, there is a knowledge of it, and it's no more alive. And for you, you think it's alive. It's a memory because you see that deep has such a power. You have a memory of I cannot lose myself anymore. I can do whatever I like. I can bathe in samsara because I never lose myself. It's a knowledge. And that will make a terrible, it's a risk. So, don't forget that you don't know anything at any moment. And just offer yourself this moment of stop. Then, I will take a traditional sentence here. The realization of yourself is alive. Otherwise, you are like Vedas, where they express the whole knowledge and you know all by heart, but it's still dead. And that's why those questions can arise. Yes. Attends, I always thought. It is what? Result. That I can keep quiet. I always thought. Result. And now what do you think? And now what does it think? Now, what does it think? Yeah, but tell a little louder will be great because the wind is strong today.
It's also an achievement that I don't ask questions, or I'm sitting in silence on Satsang.
What's your question? Achievement? If it is an achievement, you will lose it. So don't go to that thought. You know, the mind is so cunning. It will suggest you also all kinds of arguments and oh, I am falling in a trap now. Oh, this and that. Don't listen to the mind. That's the main point. Once for all. Because the subject of this search is before the mind rises. So what? No, tell. It's good to tell. What?
There was always a strong desire that I should say something smart. Only silence remained.
You are extremely smart when you are silent. Me too, you know. But you see, we should not be afraid to speak also. Not to fall into that state, oh, silence is different than speaking. Because the source of all that, you see, that's what you are.
Így egy szállalmas verseny volt bennem, hogy itt az nyer, aki csöndben van.
There was a miserable competition in me that those will win who stay silent.
At times, not always.
Ő azért tett meg téged, aki csöndben van. Szóval én azért tett meg téged, aki tényleg csöndben van, nem?
Because only those can understand you who is in silence.
And they don't need to understand them.
I always wanted to have a safe knowledge but
Knowledge is not safe because it keeps you in graveyard of the past. Some have picnic on the graveyards.
it's a sheep.
Ganga?
Yeah.
I better if I speak because
No,
I
sure, speak.
because it's still like I want to be, always very radical and not keeping
I
anything.
know.
Yes. Like I still feel I'm carrying an image of myself, or there is a part of me,
Yes.
kind of like she's sensitive and like picking up other people's energies or thoughts, and that I have to be very like in a place or where I am very protected or,
Yeah.
and I know this is an image.
Mm.
I see it like it's me, but somehow it's coming up and was creating this big loop
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah. But you see,
And,
the beauty is
yeah.
that you see it.
Yes.
You just see it. You have not to transform that, but you know that the real meaning of your whole search, the real peace which is to just be the source of all that. That's what you are. And don't change the person. The person is as it is.
So even if she should be stay like this, it's.
How can you completely be quiet and
Unshakable. Or
and
something.
unshakable? And these are images, you see, images we have. And it helps, it inspires to go there too, or instead of always being agitated. But once you have been there, deep there again and again, but you cannot avoid your other side, because we are in duality, in the manifestation. It's duality. But you see all that. Be in peace. Be in peace.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Give up that person you see, the globality of that. Let it have its life. Be here. That's what you came to hear this.
I want to give up because she
You
makes this
did it.
suffering.
You did it.
Okay.
You see it. You have done it. I am that which allows me to see it. Everybody wants to change, you know, to be a bit more.
Oh, it's not about to be too.
Yeah, but it's about that. Yeah, it is about that. Hopeless, no exit.
No, I see this part of me makes the suffering of
But
me,
that's what I
me and
said.
other people.
Yeah, but that's what I said. No, let it have its life. You are that which sees that. This, that.
But she will continue like this. Like,
Then what else? Just be vigilant, even if it is in this manifestation, to not to nourish in a big loop, not to nourish as soon as you are aware, whatever you see. That's all. This is the most paradoxal indication given. I would never throw it, even if it looks like still an effort, still a practice, still mind. I would not touch that one. Keep it.
Ganga,
Yeah.
could you say that the one who is vigilant has no identity?
I don't say anything. Be vigilant, that's all. Don't ask who, what. Just be vigilant.
Okay.
Suffering.
Living.
Suffering.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say that before I thought that if I experience suffering, then it's wrong. And that is something. Because I was mixed up with what, like Buddha said, that there is the end. There is an end for suffering, and duality is suffering, and so on.
It didn't mean that, yeah. And it's the end to listen to the arguments and the comments of your mind. That's possible. Or if you listen to them, you know at least that it is the mind. And it loses its mastership. Masterhood, sorry. You understand? All those images, you see, they were indications, but they are taken for what they show. And they always show like this, and emptiness, and, you know, they are indications. And that indication will give you the opportunity in your life to know that aspect of the manifestation. You see, a blessing. But don't stop there. Means know what is all. No image fits, no word fits, no experience fits, you see. As a person, you are completely helpless. But you can be vigilant whenever. Because we carry in ourselves, and it is unavoidable, but one day we have to wake up also. This image that when I am a Buddha or when I am myself, whatever I do, I will have those eyes, you see. I am somewhere else, but I drink, and I make love, and I hug, and I am furious, but I am always in, you know, it's no, but it's true. And even in the images, you see, it's very beautiful, you know. You see, for example, a lover who is absolutely in the passion, but her eyes are up because she's somewhere else at the same time, and so on, and so on, and so on. We carry that. We carry that because finally a person, a human being, can live something beyond, something else also. Of course, all this is also true in the manifestation. So just don't confuse anything for whatever.
Ganga, maybe you will shout with me now, but like I want to vomit everything and
I never shout when somebody vomits. I welcome it.
Okay, so
So do it.
yes, like this image, but it's coming with this Buddha image that if I am free, this is
Yeah.
I am unshakable and I can be with a company who is totally in his mind and like I'm totally
I
unshakable.
know.
And
That's
like,
why I touched
I'm-
this today.
yes, I
That's
want
why
to
I
touch
touched
this.
this today.
Because it's still the question is like, was why I was so, like many months carrying this and believe I am strong, I can do. I am with him because I can be not reacting, but I was reacting always.
Because of that knowledge, you have no doubt. You have a knowledge of what it is, but the knowledge is not it. That's why. But now you hear me, no?
I
You-
hear you,
you-
and my mind says yes. I know that even I don't, and many times I was not touching that no, and was the moment of, and always in the now. Now this.
You are
this-
always in the now.
No. This is words I know, but like. But
But
the
then-
question is still there. But this is I see the other side of that sensitive, vulnerable I was talking. That the one is not this, but like unshakable. And can I be with somebody who is in his mind or who is? And I'm talking about a company, like not just to be, but like your partner or somebody who is. And because
You have
the
to experience.
belief that I can be strong, and I'm still believe if I am able to not touch this.
But
vulnerable part.
why are you attracted by someone who is only in his mind? May I ask?
Because no. Because I see the seed.
Because you want it to be his master.
No. I see the seed that he can wake up and.
Ah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Exactly. You want to save a
No, I
lost
wish
soul.
he would come here, but he doesn't come.
Yeah, but that's what I say. Don't wish anything. You cannot save anybody if that one doesn't want to be saved from him. From him. It's like that.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean because he had a relationship with him that one day maybe he will search. But it doesn't mean that you have to continue your job. You can thank him that you fulfilled a few loops. Otherwise, you see, it's sometimes unavoidable with this life. We have loops. But we don't need to continue and continue with hope, expectation. Forget it. There is no obligation. Yes.
I have always this desire to be overwhelmed. I want to be overwhelmed by pleasure and even by pain also.
Sure,
And by
it goes
freedom.
together.
And freedom also, that's the ultimate being, then I will be so overwhelmed.
I saw it last time. Where is it today?
What?
Where is it today?
Yeah, I feel a bit What to do with it?
Don't touch it. Sometimes this way, sometimes that way. It was a way to give meaning to your existence, you see. It will continue. You can offer yourself moments of seeing it.
Of what?
Of seeing it. Maybe one day then you prefer to see than to be overwhelmed. Maybe.
Not one day.
I forgot this one. You like water anyway. When you don't expect it's better.
Just a same question. Any question that I put or I should put or I shall put, you can always answer in quiet.
But if you know in advance, you know,
It's not. In
it's
that,
spoiled.
It's not in that sense. Okay? It's not in that sense. You always can tell the answer in keep quiet.
Yeah.
Then it's because it's the indication.
Yeah, and yet you have to put your question if there is still one, you know. Because there will always be questions, but then there is a point where you really, really don't care. But if you care slightly, even the slightest moment, it's better to put the question. Even if you already know the answer, which is a rotten answer because it's knowledge. The important is to be hit at the spot. If you already know your answer, you are in the mind. Unless it is your tool. Whenever something comes to you, you say, keep quiet. And you do it.
quiet is your kind of ultimate indication. It's my answer. My question is that is
Not when you think you keep quiet and then I have to tell you what. I will not tell you keep quiet. When you fakely keep quiet, I will not tell you keep quiet. There is no ultimate. It can be ultimate with whatever for everyone. It's not about an ultimate understanding. It's about giving up the mind. What works is not the ultimate teaching, you know. What works is not through the ultimate teaching. Of course, through a certain kind of teaching, it all directs to the same, means to the source of things or keep quiet and all that. But it has its own limit. Ah, that's better.
But that escapes me.
Yeah, it escapes me too. Ha! That's good.
When I'm in my silence, and
My silence.
in the silence, and the mind comes, sometimes I feel a bit confused in what way to stop, because sometimes I just be observative and see thoughts passing and like this. And other moments I feel like I want to scream and say stop and to move them. And yeah, sometimes bring me a bit of anxiety because I'm not sure if I'm going with them, trying to stop them, or
You have not to stop, you just know that you see them.
just to stay observative of them.
I would not say that, otherwise you become a witness. And then what to do with the witness? Another trouble. Whatever makes you stop. Without grasping what you are becoming. that instant, you see, is obviously what you are. All the rest is manifestation.
Even the wanting to stop.
Because otherwise you keep looking at the finger instead of the moon that the finger points at.
Ganga,
Yeah.
can you please tell me what's the real meaning of Mahatma?
Mahatma. Ooh. We are all Mahatmas. The one who doesn't care anymore if he's this, that, or that. All living beings are Mahatmas. They just translate it in great soul, which means what I say. So be captured by what you cannot capture.